underwriter's liability under firm underwriting. Firm underwriting means it is a definite commitment made by the underwriter to take up some shares. That means underwriter makes a firm commitment to take up specified number of shares irrespective of the number of shares subscribed for by the public. Firm underwriting cannot exist by itself, it should go along with pure underwriting. In this case, underwriters are bound to take up shares under firm underwriting in addition to the liability arising out of open underwriting. We'll see with this an example. That is case 5. When there is full and firm underwriting by single underwriter. Full underwriting means underwriting is for whole of the issue. Firm underwriting means underwriting is to take up some shares, a specified number of shares. Here is a statement. First we have to take gross liability. Gross liability means total number of shares need to be taken up by the underwriter less public subscription, application from the public. Then we have to add liability under firm underwriting, that is specific number of shares that is underwriter need to take up under firm underwriting. So then we'll get total liability of underwriter, that is net liability. Here is example. A Limited issued 1 lakh shares. Total shares are 1 lakh and whole of the issue was underwritten by X. That means underwriting is for full issue. In addition, there is a firm underwriting. So two types of underwriting is there. One is pure underwriting, that is whole of the issue underwritten by X, and again there is firm underwriting, that is to take up 20,000 shares. Application for 90,000 shares were received by the company. From public, company received 90,000 shares. Calculate the liability of X. Here I solved the problem. First is gross liability. Liability is take up whole of the issue. Whole of the issue means it is 1 lakh less application from the public. From the public, company received 90,000 shares. So I deducted this. So I got 10,000 shares that the X need to take up under pure underwriting. Again liability under firm underwriting. So again along with that you need to take up 20,000 shares that is under firm underwriting. So total liability is to take up 30,000 shares. Liability. Case 6. When there is full and firm underwriting by 2 or more underwriters. So we'll see how to calculate underwriter's liability under this using a statement. Here is a statement. First we have to take gross liability of each underwriter. Then we have to deduct unmarked application. Then again marked application. Then if we getting surplus to any underwriter, we have to distribute among others. So we'll be getting liability under normal underwriting. Later we have to add liability under firm underwriting. So finally we'll be getting total liability of each underwriter. Let's see example. X Limited offered to the public for 50,000 shares. So company issued 50,000 shares. The entire issue was underwritten as follows. That means underwriting is for full issue. X 30,000 shares. Now that firm underwriting is 5,000. That means he makes a firm commitment to take up 5,000 shares along with the 30,000 shares. Then 15,000 shares by Y. And his firm underwriting is 2,000 shares. Y 5,000 shares. And his firm underwriting is 1,000 shares. Out of the total issue, 45,000 shares including firm underwriting were subscribed. What is this? This is public subscription or application received from public. It is 45,000 shares. The following were the marked application. Marked application means application that have come through each of the underwriter. From X it is 16,000, Y 10,000 and Z 4,000. Compute liability of underwriters. We'll solve this. Here's the statement. So we drawn 3 columns because there are 3 underwriters. First we have to take gross liability. X gives underwriting for 30,000, Y 15,000 and Z 5,000. Less credit for unmarked application. How to calculate this? Total application from public less marked application will get unmarked application. Total application from public it is 45,000 less unmarked application. Marked application. A 16,000, B 10,000, C 4,000. 45,000 minus 30,000. 30,000 is a marked application. 45,000 total application received from public, so we'll get unmarked application 15,000. So this we have to share among all the underwriters. We have to give the benefit to the underwriters because underwriting is for whole of the issue. If underwriting is for part of the issue, then we give benefit of unmarked application to the company. So we require ratio. Ratio we are calculating on the basis of gross liability. So that is 30,000, 15,000, 5,000. So ratio will be 5 1s, 5 3s, 5 6s. 6 is to 3 is to 1 is a 15,000 into 6 by 10, it is 9,000. 15,000 into 3 by 10, it is 4,500. 15,000 into 1 by 10, it is 1,500. So this is a balance 21,000, 10,500, 3,500. Less marked application given in problem, that is 16,000, 10,000, 4,000. Here we'll be getting surplus for Mrs. Z, and that surplus we have to share among remaining underwriters, that is X and Y, in their ratio, that is 6 is to 3. If you simplify this ratio, you'll get 2 is to 1 ratio. In that ratio you have to share this surplus, and we have to make the liability of Z nil. So we'll be getting liability under normal underwriting 4,667 X is to take, and Y 333 shares, and Z nil. So under pure underwriting we'll be getting this much, these underwriters will be getting this much shares to take up. Next there is one more underwriting, that is firm underwriting. So we have to add it, liability under firm underwriting. Firm underwriting of A, X 5,000, Y 2,000, and Z 1,000 shares. Now we'll be getting total liability of X 9,667 shares, Y 2,333, and Z 1,000 shares. This liability. Case 7. When there is partial and firm underwriting by single underwriter. Partial underwriting means where part of the issue is underwritten by the underwriter. Firm underwriting means underwriter will take up a specified number of shares. That means he makes a firm commitment. He will definitely take up the shares underwritten by him. So we'll see how the liability of underwriter is determined under this case. Here is the format. First we have to take gross liability. Then from that we have to give credit of unmarked application to the issuing company, because underwriting is for part. Underwriting is for part. When there is underwriting is for part of the issue, that time unmarked application, that becomes the marked application for the company, and company will be the underwriter for that. For that purpose, we have to give the credit of unmarked application to the company. Then if company is getting a surplus, that surplus we have to share, or we have to credit to the account of underwriters. We have to credit to the underwriters in order to reduce their liability. So then we have to deduct unmarked application. So application that have come through the underwriter. Then finally we'll be getting normal underwriting. Under normal underwriting we'll be getting the liability for both the company as well as for the underwriter. Then we have to add the liability under firm underwriting. So if there is firm underwriting, so that number of shares we have to add in order to determine the total liability of the company as well as the underwriter. So we'll see with an example. A Limited issued 2 lakh shares of 10 each. 60% of the issue was underwritten by Mrs. X. So part of the issue, 60% means part of the issue underwritten. In addition, there is a firm underwriting of 30,000. So this 30,000 definitely X have to take. So he makes a firm commitment to take up 30,000 shares. Applications for 1,80,000 were received by the company in all. That means from the public, company receives 1,80,000 shares. The marked applications were 90,000. So out of that application that have come through Mrs. X, that is 90,000. Compute the liability of X. Here is the statement. We have to take gross liability of underwriter. Liability of underwriter 2 lakh into 60%. That is 1,20,000 shares. So out of 2 lakh, 1,20,000 shares were underwritten. For the non-underwritten part, for that company becomes the underwriter. that is 80,000. 2 lakh minus underwritten shares 1,20,000, balance is 80,000. Non-underwritten shares, A Limited becomes the underwriter. Less credit for unmarked application. Public company receives 1,80,000 shares minus 90,000 shares, that is marked application, 90,000 application. So we'll get unmarked application, that is 90,000 shares. So we'll be getting surplus under company. So that surplus we have to credit it to underwriter in order to reduce their liability. 10,000 credited to X in order to reduce this liability. So we get liability of company as nil, less marked application that have come through X, that is 90,000 shares. So under partial underwriting, X get liability to purchase 20,000 shares. Then we have to add liability under firm underwriting, that is to take up 30,000 shares. Then the total liability is, and for company there's no liability to take up any share. This is a format. First we have to take gross liability of each underwriter. So we have taking, we took here company also, because underwriting is for part of the issue. So for the non-underwritten share, company becomes the underwriter. Then we have to deduct unmarked application, and that credit we are giving to the company because it is the underwriter for the shares non-underwritten, and it becomes marked application for the issuing company. Less surplus accruing to company credited to underwriter. So if a company gets a surplus, then that surplus we have to share among remaining underwriters, means between underwriters. Less marked application, less liability under firm underwriting. We'll see with an example. Mrs. X, Y and Z underwrite 80%, that means part of the issue. Total shares is 1 lakh shares of A Limited in the ratio of 2:2:1. So these three underwriters, they underwrite 80% of the issue, that is in the ratio of 2:2:1. So ratio is given. So this 1 lakh we have to calculate what is the underwriting of each of the underwriter. Then here firm underwriting given separately. So that is how much shares, that is each of the underwriter they'll take up. Then marked application, the marked application that have come through each of the underwriter. Application for 80,000 shares were received in all. That means from the public, company received 80,000 shares, compute the liability of each of the underwriter. Here is the statement. So 3 underwriters are there plus issuing company, because underwriting is for part of the issue. We have to take gross liability. So liability of underwriters, it is 80% of the issue, that is 1 lakh into 80%, that is 80,000, and this 80,000 we have to share, means we have includes underwriting of 3 underwriters. So what is the underwriting given by each of the underwriter we have to calculate. For that we require ratio, and that ratio given in problem only, that is 2:2:1. 80,000 into 2 by 5, 80,000 into 2 by 5, that is 32,000. 80,000 into 1 by 5, that is 16,000. Now we have to calculate what is the non-underwritten shares, that is 1 lakh total shares minus underwritten is for 80,000, then remaining shares, that is a non-underwritten shares, that is 20,000. Less credit for unmarked application, that is total application received from the public minus marked application. Total application 80,000 and marked application of 3 underwriters 20,000, 15,000 and 5,000. So unmarked application is 40,000 and benefit is given to only company because part of the issue is underwritten. So here we'll be getting surplus in company's account. So that surplus we have to credit to underwriters in order to reduce their liability in 2:2:1 ratio. Total surplus is 20,000, 28,000 into 2 by 5, 20,000 into 2 by 5 and 20,000 into 1 by 5. In that way we have to share this surplus. That is 8,000, 8,000 and 4,000. And here we get liability of a company nil, less marked application given in problem 20,000, 15,000 and 5,000. Marked application company nil. So under normal underwriting, this is the liability. A X 4,000, Y 9,000 shares, Z 7,000 shares for the company, liability is nil. Add liability under firm underwriting given in a problem, that is 12,000, 10,000 and 8,000 shares. Therefore, total liability is for X 16,000 shares, Y 19,000 shares, Z 15,000 shares, and for the company it is nil.